my review for the movie Sing Street. Came out this year, 2016. Came out earlier in the year, about April. But I've been listening to a lot of, end of the year reviews, podcasts, all that, and so I've been trying to get in some of the movies that I've been wanting to watch that are also on people's, best of the year list. So a lot of them overlap. Lots of popular movies, obviously, are on that list. But there's also, you'll find like indie movies and not so common movies on there. And I'd categorize this in that area of not well-known movies. So this is actually a movie from Ireland, mainly. The writer-director is John Carney. He's kind of becoming a little bit well-known. So his first movie that got him a lot of attention was called Once, from 2007. Dealt with a man and a woman meeting and kind of forming a romantic relationship over music and stuff like that. And it's kind of his theme, because then after that, in 2013, his bigger U.S. movie was Begin Again. Got not very good reviews, but that starred Mark Ruffalo and Keira Knightley, and again, focused on like the music industry in the U.S. And so it's kind of his formula, and this follows into that tradition. This is actually set in Ireland, Dublin, and it follows Connor, who's a young teenager growing up in Dublin. It's a pretty tough time for the country. They kind of emphasize that quite a bit. A lot of people losing their jobs and stuff like that. And then his family's got a lot of problems within it. And to go along with that, money problems. He gets transferred from a private school to a public school. So dealing with, economic stuff, his family, new school, lots of things to deal with. And his escape is his music. And then he also sees a really beautiful girl, one of the first days of school, and says that he's in a band and wants to make a music video, and asks if she wants to be in it. And that's how he kind of introduces himself and tries to get under her favor. But, he's just making it up and didn't have a band or anything like that. So that's what he goes about doing. Forms this band with a bunch of classmates and start doing these music videos so that he can get to know her and, hopefully start a relationship with her. That's the basic plot. It's really good. Obviously, it's on people's best of the year list, and I'm kind of a sucker for these kind of movies. I really like a good movie that deals with the music industry. Kind of like two things I really like, movie making and then incorporating the music and industry kind of stuff into it. So for actors and stuff, there's nobody that was super recognizable. Connor's played by an actor named Ferdia Walsh-Pilo. He does a good job. I've never seen him before. The only person I really recognized right off the bat was his father. He's played by Aidan Gillen, most recognizable as Littlefinger from the Game of Thrones show. So I noticed him right away. But other than that, I'm guessing these are all just Local Irish actors, and I'm pretty sure that Aidan Gillen is an Irish actor too. So other than that, his brother, he has an older brother named Brendan, played by Jack Rayner. Didn't recognize him, but he's really good in this. They're both dealing with this economic problems and then their family situation, and Connor kind of really relies on his brother for some of the directions that he's going to go with, especially with his music interests. So that part of it really reminded me of Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous at the beginning, how the main character gets a lot of information from his sister, and she gives him this collection of records for him to listen to, and it just really influences what he does. Very similar, but with Almost Famous, it was like the 60s, 70s music, and here's the 80s. So Duran Duran's like one of the big influences for the brothers and stuff like that. I really like that relationship. It's really good. What else did I have? So the whole thing, he's trying to make these music videos to impress this girl, and whenever they do one of the music videos, it's really funny. They're just really interesting. The first one is super funny because they're all wearing these like ridiculous costumes, and they're just trying to act like they know what they're doing, but I don't know, that one's hilarious. And then There's another one later. It's kind of this really big music video event that they're shooting in the school, but it turns into a really fantastical kind of thing. So Connor starts talking about what he envisioned for the video. Yeah, it's going to be this big grand situation, and so he's explaining it's going to be like a like a 50s dance in the school, but then you look and there's not really that many people there. There's like seven to 10 people there as extras, but then it turns into this whole kind of fantastical thing that he's envisioning, and it's done really well. Incorporates his family and all these other kids that he's having problems with, and it's a really good song too. It's Drive Like You Stole It as the song. That's another thing. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets nominated for best song. Pretty sure most of the songs that they sing are original. I think they start out one of the first ones they do as a cover, but then after that, it's all of these original songs. It makes sense coming from this. John Carney, the writer-director, has been doing a lot of music-based movies, and all really, really good. So I really liked how the siblings kind of are trying to bond together and tough out the situation that they're in, and they escape it through their music, which is just a really nice sentiment. And it's also just interesting to see the creative process especially of teenagers, and how they approach this. It's also like the dawn of the music video era, and so just because really love music, really like it, but people have to have a certain mindset and creative capacity to create it. So it's really nice to see that creative process in movies for me. And also at the same time, it really captures the teen, adolescent problems, the vibe, kind of how the emotion and the pathos and everything that a teen feels. We're all teens at one point, maybe different parts of the world, but probably all kind of deal with a lot of the similar situations, and this does it extremely well. So a couple other just movie connections, a lot about that making music process as teens. That really reminded me of a movie called Nowhere Boy, which is about John Lennon as a teenager. He's played by Anthony Taylor Johnson, the guy that's Kick-Ass. That's probably not the right name, but something like that. But that's really good. There's one movie called We Are the Best. That's like a Scandinavian film about a group of girls younger than what Connor is here, so probably maybe 6th or 7th grade. They're pretty young, and they're really into punk music. That's supposed to be really good. I haven't seen it yet, but that's supposed to be an extremely good movie. And then also one that I saw not too long ago was Not Fade Away, kind of similar in the U.S., probably late 70s, mid 70s, trying to make band, and on the East Coast. That one's not a great movie, but it kind of has a similar feel to it. And like I mentioned, Almost Famous. It's probably the best version, but it's a little different, Anyways, it does feel kind of like a Cameron Crowe movie, though. It has some of those similar tones to it. But all that being said, I really, really liked it. I can definitely see why it's on people's top of the list for the best of the year. It's one of the best movies I've seen this year. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. So very, very high rating. It's on Netflix. It's been on there for quite a while. It just kind of took me a little while to actually turn it on. I think it's a movie for anybody to watch. I think anybody could turn it on and like it, probably relate to it as well, certain parts. So yeah, I 100% recommend checking out Sing Street. All right.